Alright, it's Jeff Murphy back again with Murphy J Gaming. Today I'll be bringing to you an anti-support game. Trying to show a little bit of different styles of play with her. I always start off with Dorn Shield on every support, especially right now in the meta, because my belief is if you come to lane without a Dorn Shield and you're against someone with one, you will lose trades and it will eventually, make you lose the game. So Dorn Shield, what I'm doing now is I start off with my W and I'm charging it so I can have a stun just in case of an invade. If the enemy team goes and waltzes into a bush, I can stun the whole team, which is extremely important at level 1. So just having that ability is a pretty big deal, especially in solo queue. So um, my lane partner is Jinx, and she works extremely well with Annie. And there you see someone's walking through that bush. But she works extremely well with Annie. They have a very good burst potential. You drop the bear, you get your stun, she throws down her little traps, and you just continue on with a Q and a W and tons of damage. Here we are clearing a ward, so there's no chance of steal. Just waiting for blue buff to go ahead and pop up so we can give Olaf a hand. There's Ziggs being annoying. And we're going to go ahead and put a couple autos down on this. And walk down the lane. Okay, so the lane matchup, sorry about the awkward silence there. The lane matchup is Kate and Alistar. We are able to harass super hard. As you can see here, I can just walk up. I should have altered there. I don't know why I did it. They have a ward. That's how you can tell if there's a ward in the bush. Minions will walk over to you and aggro you if there's a ward because they can see you, obviously. And there is Annie's long auto attack range. So, trying to keep the harass up because we're going to hit level 2 before them at this rate. Well, we are level 2, I should say. Sorry. I'm terrible at commentary today. Just keeping the autos up with Annie. I should be closer to the bush so I can kind of walk in and out. Keep the minion aggro to a minimum. Just letting my buddy Jinx here farm. Alistar is able to heal, which is kind of annoying, but our burst is really good. So just basic letting her CS. Gonna go ahead and ward. I should have probably warded try there instead, but went ahead and warded the river bush. And it looks like Kha'Zix is mid, so we know we're clear to go ahead and put some pressure down while we have them on their turret. You always want to keep the lane kind of pushed up if possible. Here comes Alistar with a combo. I go ahead and hit him with a stun, get that shut down. We really can't harass super heavy because Kate is a decent Kate is usually able to shoot back and poke back because of her range, but this Kate just seems to be just taking it, which is good for us. Just gonna come on back, wait and see what happens. Alistar kind of gets a little crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and get some autos down on him. And this game, I'm leveling up my Q for, so I can have the AOE stun, because it's likely that Kha'Zix and Alistar are gonna be trying to jump on Jinx. So it'd be more beneficial mid game to have that stun, that AOE stun that can stun both of them instead of me just stunning one of them. I should probably be a little bit more aggressive, because if I can catch her with a stun like right here, she's dead. This just allows them to be able to farm under the tower. We're not really getting ahead at all, so just gotta let Jinx go ahead and farm it out. As a support, your job is to, especially playing Annie, your job is to just go ahead and throw your long range autos. Just kind of keep them off of you. Keep them constantly taking damage. Make Alistar use his mana, so he has to heal. And here comes the engage. Just kidding. They're not really that strong. We're pretty even. I mean, we have the health advantage. See, that's what Kate should be doing. When I come up to shoot her or auto her, she should auto me back. But right now I'm using the bush to kind of not allow them to do that. Here we are going all in on Alistar, picking up the first blood for Jinx. Alistar just got kind of caught out. And there's Kha'Zix right on time. Before we go back and buy, we should definitely have the lane pushed up. I don't think he's ready to go quite yet. So I'm just going to auto attack Kha'Zix, try and get that damage down on him. Right there, when Kha'Zix took that step forward, I should have backed off. I should have known that he was going to go in, and I still went back in. So this could ultimately been a lot worse. But Yasuo's coming down here to protect our tower, so we can go ahead and get back and buy. Alistar is where the river. They have one Olaf way away. Oh man. Here, I buy a relic or an ancient coin and some boots. I should definitely have bought a ruby crystal, even if I couldn't have finished my wards. You want to get your sightstone early as possible, because you don't want to have to keep buying wards for one, and also it lets you sell your trinket and you can get vision control and control their wards. So that's very important in lane. But I did not do that for some odd reason. But in hindsight, I wish I would have. I have no idea why I stopped walking, but we go ahead and I flash and Tibbers and miss a stun. My stun was up. Oh, I'm so bad. That's okay though, because even though Tibbers didn't stun, it still did damage. Yeah, Tibbers is falling. We didn't even get an assist for that kill, which stinks. Gold would have been nice, but we're still way ahead here. Gotta watch the double wards. See? That's would have been nice if I had the red trinket so I can clear those out. And the exhaust comes down. Kha'Zix is still around, so we're kind of just kiting Alistar here, not really caring. And that puts Jinx has 2 kills and gives me another assist. So we're way ahead right now. We're able to kind of just do what we want in lane, and that's a good feeling, especially when you have a bursty lane as Jinx and Annie against a more passive lane of Kate and Alistar. They don't really want to fight, especially when they're down. But even when we're even, they don't really want to fight. They just want to kind of farm it out, let Kate get an item, go ahead and get whatever she would like. Generally, when Kates get a pretty good amount behind, they go ahead and pick up Infinity Edge because it spikes their damage a lot. But 9 times out of 10. Boom. Oh my god, I should have clicked over so you could have seen that. That was a phenomenal rocket. Jinx picks up a kill mid with her ultimate. But one thing now, they know that Jinx's ultimate's down, so they might just want to go in on us. Boom, there's the AoE stun. I did it right that time. Jinx picks up a kill, and Tibber steals one from Jinx. So we are just face rolling this bot lane right now, which is good. We should be able to pick up the tower here, get some more gold, and back and buy some cool items. Jinx is relatively ahead and is going to be able to carry pretty easily. So here I am upgrading Ancient Coin and upgrading my boots first, which I have no idea why I would do that. I should probably sell the potion, get the sights done. That is definitely the correct move. Whenever you're playing Annie and you're standing in the base, be sure to charge up your ability, your Q and your shield. Both put charges on your stun. You always want to have your stun up when you go back to lane. It can alert people. It can alert. Wrong word. It can catch people off guard. I'm sorry. Here's Shen TPing in, trying to get an easy kill on Jinx, but little does he know Jinx is huge as crap. Jinx is very big. So we're going to go ahead and pressure this mid tower down. I seen someone in the fog of war there, so need to be careful. Looking well, they want to back off. We definitely should back off here. Here comes Alistar. Bloop. Uh-oh. Ziggs has his all. That could be bad news bears. So if you're the AD carry and something like that happens to you and you have some lifesteal, you should do what Jinx did. Well, Jinx, I don't think Jinx picked up Race, but Jinx could have picked up Race and picked up some health because it's an awkward walk path, and Ziggs won't be able to throw his ultimate at you and kill you. So that's always good. Here I am getting caught out. Boom. That is the power of Annie right there. She still does a ton of damage. Like, it's insane. I just almost 1v2'd them with just my Sightstone and a relic coin, or the ancient coin upgrade. It's phenomenal. Like, that's the power of Annie, because she still does a ton of damage. You might not have defensive capabilities as like maybe a Thresh. You're not as tanky as a Thresh or a Leona, but Annie in the right hands and with a lot of practice is definitely a good enough support, especially in solo queue where you might have to carry your team a little bit. Here we are. After the catch, we go ahead and pick up a tower, and we should be picking up Dragon here. Maybe not. Jinx is a little low. You went for that for some reason. I'm going to get shot at my Kate. And Tasty Beverage here picks up another kill, which is good. Always, as support, try not to take the kills. So I've done a pretty good job. I only have 1 out of my 7 assists. It's just the money is better suited on your carries. You want your carries to get ahead. So it sucks sometimes. You know, your score is not that good. Oh, I'm 1-4-15. Well, you've been in 15 fights, so you've made an impact. You can carry as a support. You can win the games as long as you're making a positive impact. And even like not, you don't want to die as a support. It's not the worst thing in the world, but you want to stay up. You want to be able to cast your abilities. And I've seen Kha'Zix there, ping it here, just letting him know he might jump over. But you want to stay alive and be able to cast as many abilities as possible. Here I still have this ward, and I still have this ward trinket, and I don't know why, because I should have switched it out as soon as I got Sightstone for the red one. That's something you want to do as a support. You want to get in the mindset that once you get your Sightstone, you can trade it in for your red trinket and go ahead and start denying vision, because it's so hard to deny vision this season. This is season 4, and having that ability early in the game is an exceptional advantage, especially if their support is really behind and he doesn't doesn't get to catch up in the same way. And right now their support is roaming top, so you know he's not having a good day. Looks like I'm caught out here. I gotta run through these. That was bad. I should have activated the shield beforehand so I wouldn't have taken as much damage. I should probably pop an award there on blue. We had a 3-man gank top. Kha'Zix, Shen, and Alistar just to get Malphite, so. It's fine, let him go. Making Shen run. I should probably be with the team, but I didn't want him to get away and then be able to just ult back in the fight. And there's that. Olaf picking that one up. It's not a bad thing. They definitely spent too much time chasing. They should have just got on the tower, got the tower down. Now Alistar's going to be able to come in and kind of be annoying. Like, boom. I didn't do anything to poor Alistar. Must have his ultimate just ticked off. So now, wow. Kha'Zix got the reset. That's never good. Yasuo ults in on Alistar. For some reason, we're still focusing the tanky support Alistar when Kate is relatively at half health, and she should definitely be the focus of our attention. I'm trying to kite back here, but I don't know how good it's working. Someone needs to place a ward in that bush. Try bush area. Malphite comes in and just stomps. Wow, Yasuo throws up the barrier and saves his own life, blocking the incoming projectiles from Ziggs. Good shot by Jinx, making sure she nails the slow. I don't have a stun up, so I can't stop him there from teleporting out. That stunk. Should have definitely got a stun up for that, but cooldowns. So we back, and now we finish our Shurelya. Is this how I still call it, even though that's not what it's called. Here, I'm finally picking up my red trinket. It's called, I'm not 100% sure even what it's called, because I've always just called it Shurelya. I'm going to have to take a look. Talisman of Ascension, that's it. Yeah, so finish our talisman, upgrade our warding totem. And we get back to team fighting because we're so far ahead. We just want to choke them out of the game necessarily. Just kind of keep the pressure on. Don't allow them to free farm, take their jungle creeps. What teams should be looking to do mid-game when you're winning is just keep control. And here our AD carry gets blown to smithereens. Our team was separated. Malphite and Jinx were bot lane. So I'm not really sure what happened with that communication there. We should have definitely been in the same lane. So we keep pressuring up this mid. I noticed their AD carry's kind of called out. I'm low. She could probably just ult me and I'll die. But if I would have got a stun on her, we probably could have followed it up and killed her. Malphite is going to go ahead and tank this tower, which is not always the best of ideas. We should have probably backed off and picked up Dragon before he took that damage. Seems to me he's teleporting top with no mana as Jinx is walking up there to take the farm anyway. It's never a good thing to take. That's the... let me finish my thought. It's never a good thing to take the farm from your AD carry unless they're completely terrible or they're playing bad or on tilt or something. That's the one champion you want with the most damage because it's the champion that's going to do most likely the most damage in the game. Your AD carries, as long as you keep him safe and keep him out of harm's way, he's going to just keep plucking away and dealing a ton of damage. So Malphite probably shouldn't have done that. He should have just let Jinx have it. Our Jinx is obviously pretty good. You've seen in lane she was playing well, and now she's picking up the camps and doing different things to make sure her farm. She just keeps farming because we're not grouping and pushing, so she's keeping her farm up. That's another thing you want to go ahead and you want to do. You want to make sure that if your team's not pushing and you're not able to pick up objectives, as an AD carry, you want to go ahead and move around and try to stay on your side of the map if you can, because you don't want to get caught out alone. But just pick up all the farm you can. Pick up the jungle camps. Pick up farm in other lanes. It's not yours. Just try to get as farmed as you can, because you can make a difference. They're gonna have a ton of gold, which will lead to more items, leads to more damage, which is always a good thing. And here's clearing a ward, obviously, in the back. And, excuse me, here's my team getting called out. And I hit a 2-man stun, which I thought was going to be a 3-man stun, but I missed on the edge. Kha'Zix is kind of going crazy here. Shen should definitely be dead, but Jinx is here to clean up, which she's not going to be able to. She just does not do enough damage with a Kate and a Ziggs left. And we get aced. So, we got sloppy is exactly what I typed. That's exactly what happened. They engaged without me there and without Jinx there. By the time I got there, they were burnt out of spells and summoners. So, as far ahead as we were, we just had a minor throw. And that's what can happen. You're never really out of a game. No, how bad you had of a laning phase, you're never truly out of the game. So don't think like that. Don't let a bad laning phase get you down. Just kind of keep moving, keep up the good work. Now we're trying to get back grouped up in the mid game, and we catch Alistar out. But what else is new? This guy's always out of position. If you want to learn how to not play support, or not play support, I wouldn't say he's a terrible player. I just think he needs some work on his positioning. He just needs to not get caught out and try to ward alone. That's one thing a lot of supports make. When you don't play support a lot, it's a mistake you make. You try to run off and ward in these spots all by yourself. You want to go ahead and move as a team and ward as you go and create vision. You don't want to wander off and place wards down. Here we are top, getting a good 3-man gank in on Shen here. I don't know how that didn't stun him, but I ended up taking the kill. Not on purpose, but I thought we were pushing the lane. Here we go. I picked one up. I'm 3-1 at 15. Like, statistically, I'm having a pretty good game. Oh, boy. I don't have flash. He jumps over. They're running back up, so I should have just went up. This is terrible, terrible, terrible by me. And he disappears. I just need to just get an auto in so I can get an assist, and I didn't. I don't know what I was doing. That was a big derp. Jinx is solo pushing the bot lane in. I'm sticking up top with Yasuo and Malphite, and there I am going all in, and they didn't follow up really. They were a little bit out of position, so it's not good. Here comes some stuns, some slows, all kinds of good stuff we drop on our friend Malphite. I mean, our friend Shend, who's not really our friend, obviously, but it's a good thing we went ahead and got that damage down. We weren't able to finish the tower, but the damage that we placed, we were able to kind of pressure it. So I wanted some more health, so I figured I would maybe pick up Rallies, but then I'm like, oh, I'm up 3-1. I'm not getting targeted. I don't really need the extra health, even though I really do, because I'm playing against a Kha'Zix who can jump on me and just destroy me. So I'm building Death Cap, which is a cool new feature that you probably couldn't have done last season. Playing support in last season just was a drain. You felt like you just bought wards and just placed wards all game. The season's a lot more fun. You have item builds. You're able to do a lot of different stuff, and it's actually like really fun with the actives and stuff from the new support items. Here I am getting completely called out and obliterated because I'm terrible. Oh, it's so frustrating. Yep, there I am saying, wow, that was bad of me. I'm sorry. I always try to apologize, especially when I know things are my fault. That was definitely my fault. Throw on my part. And our team is all split up. Jinx is mid by herself, which you don't want. You don't ever want to leave your AD carry alone, especially when they have a Kha'Zix. So, this is us throwing a little bit more. Throwing just a tad bit more. When you realize you're starting to throw, it's the hardest time to go ahead and stop it, because you can't. You can, of course, you can stop it, but it's hard to realize that you're doing it. It's hard to realize that it's happening. And you got to get your team back grouped up and get things back together. And here we are. We're taking a lot of damage there, especially without our AD carry there. But Yasuo actually comes back in and cleans things up here. So he bails us out, so to speak. Pick up the Death Cap, and then I pick up another rod. Increase my damage output. Yasuo is called Baron. So we're walking over to Baron. I'm not really sure if this is the right call. Our jungle is down, so we can't smite it, which is something you really don't want to do Baron without, unless it's for sure they can't contest it. And Malphite just sits top. He does not listen to the ping, so we are forced to back off. I should be dropping wards here. I don't know why I'm not. We definitely need a ward on Baron. They knew we were doing it too because there's a ward. Well, no, it's actually a fresh ward. They probably came down and put it down right after we stopped. I see Shen on the other side, and then now I'm able to see Ziggs picking up his blue buff. It's one of my favorite wards in the game, the blue buff ward. It kind of, once you've pushed up top, you're able to see a lot of activity because it's a sneaky way around the Baron, and you don't have to walk through those dangerous bushes there by mid. So you get a lot of information from this. I'm trying to go ahead and give us some vision here mid, just in case we get flanked, because Olaf's pushing bottom. If he would have caught that, he probably should have went in and we could have handled that. While we're pushing up this, we can talk about some synergy between Yasuo and Malphite. The knockup from Malphite allows Yasuo's ultimate to be activated, which is a pretty cool thing because Malphite can ult the whole team and Yasuo could just follow up and just chop them up right behind them. So it's pretty awesome if you've never seen it. It's popular. It's not like a big secret, but it is pretty cool. Here's our friendly Alistar as always, getting caught out and making us blow a bunch of cooldowns on him. And I go ahead and get out. And this should definitely be game here. I'm not quite sure like why we don't end it, but we definitely are going to pick up an inhibitor, which is awesome. Now they're pinging to do this one. We probably should have just took the inhib tower. Sorry, we probably should have took the Nexus tower instead. Alright, we're able to pick up Shen. See? I didn't have cooldowns up. That's bad by me. Go ahead and activate the what is it? Amulet of Ascension or something? Talisman of Ascension, sorry. But it's not enough to get us away, and Kha'Zix cleans us up. Then I pick up a voice staff, so I'm really going to be smacking kids now. I like that. That magic penetration's good. Not quite sure what Olaf was doing. He's running up behind him, so. There's Ziggs. Should be panning my camera on to see what's going on, but I think I went to the bathroom here. Sorry. I really had to go. Well, this it's not promising for them now, because especially our AD carry has a GA now, so if she actually gets called out, she's going to be able to pop back up, which is really good for us in team fights because she's the majority of our damage. After Yasuo uses initial burst, it's up to Jinx to handle it. That was a huge, huge, huge ultimate by Yasuo, especially to be able to burst through a Shen shield that was that big. That was like a 600-point Shen shield. And, of course, Kha'Zix follows up and kills me. So what I mean, I probably should have got some health to help survive the burst of Kha'Zix instead of building damage so I can try to punish them if they get called out. There's Yasuo getting another good ult in on Kate. Jinx being able to pick it up with her Q is also really good. So now we have 2 inhibitors down. And this game is well in our favor. They're trying to go ahead and CC and get to our AD carry tasty refreshments here, but no tasty refreshments for them. Just kidding. Kha'Zix comes storming out of the gates and pounces and just crushes our AD carry. That's what he does. Such a good assassin. So there's a fail ward. I'm not really sure why that ward doesn't show up. I think it's a bug. Gonna go ahead and get that there. Place one at Baron and then go ahead and place one at blue so I can see when the activity heats up. Coming down and try and save Olaf. I do a pretty good amount of damage, so. Oh, walks into Ziggs. And I end up dying. Yeah, Malphite couldn't save me. He tried though. I give it to him. I will give him that. He did try to save me. Cannot kill Alistar. The deuce. The cow is too strong. No milk for you, Rockman. So after starting off really well, you see we've thrown the game just a little bit, allowing them to get back in, pick up kills. It's never good. When you're in the lead, you don't want to trade kills with the other team. That lets them get back in. So always keep that pressure on and try to keep your deaths to a minimum. Here we come, catching out Ziggs. He probably didn't know that was warded. That's what I mean when I like to ward that blue buff. So you catch that AP carry out trying to pick up the buffs. It's a good feeling because now he's down and we're able to push. Because at this point in the game, 36 minutes in, there's long death timers, and this is giving us a very good advantage. Ooh, look at that. Combo and the ults all together. They're focusing Alistar. I don't know why, but I do not know why they focused Alistar. Good news is we still have everybody up, even though Olaf is never with us, it feels like. Yasuo does not want to die, and here comes the killer of all. Mighty old Kha'Zix, but I get a good stun on him. And we go ahead and get that kill. Oh. She almost hit me. Oh, what am I doing? This is so dumb. Okay. I was about to say, why would I go back in? She could just auto and pluck my nugget off. So, there we are again, wasting a lot of stuff on Alistar when we should just be attacking that tower and just ignoring him. He does not matter. Well, we die again. At one point we were up, I think it was 16 to 3, 16 to 4 or 15 to 3 or something of that nature. And we would have just been able to, we've kept the pressure on, but we've traded. As you can see, our lead hasn't grown really. We've picked up a couple objectives, of course, along the way, the towers and the inhibitors, which gives us a goal lead, but we would have had more. And there's Yasuo getting another good ultimate, catching Al Shen, finishing him off, finishing Alistar off. It's another good pickup, which is these kids that we're playing against have allowed a lot of pickups. They've wandered off by themselves. Like, no one was there with their team. If they would have had all 5, we wouldn't have been able to do that. Like, that's why it's unprecedented. When you're playing support, to just remind your team to group. Try to keep your team in the right mindset. Try to keep them doing the right thing. Even if they don't listen, it's still good to be in that habit of coaching your team, trying to get them better. If you spot something on the mini map, or if maybe somebody's not doing their combo right, like with Riven, they're just Q straight through and wasting the ability to not jump over walls or something. Just let them know. There's certain little things that you should tell people so they're able to learn and improve their game. I mean, some people aren't going to take it very well, and then some will listen. Here they are trying to tank this tower. Yasuo gets taunted. Kha'Zix comes in and just smashes everything. Like, that's just what he does. It's pretty silly. That shouldn't happen, though. So I pick up another pretty weird item. I'm not really sure why I picked it up. I don't want to be really close to anyone, and I'm still pretty squishy. So they're definitely going to get an inhibitor. Like our death timers are still relatively high. So I mean, in all honesty, we're still in the process of throwing this game. Like Jinx is going to die, and her spawn timer is 60 seconds. 60 seconds. And they're able to just... Holy cow. That's the combo right there. Boom! See how the knockup was insane. Oh, my Lanta. That was phenomenal. They stayed just a little too long. And good guy Kha'Zix walks back and gives Yasuo the pentakill. That should do it, though. They didn't have to finish there. They didn't have to. They could have backed off and regrouped. I think that would have been better for them. But now we definitely win the game. We are definitely going to finish it up here. Well, I'm not really sure what these two are doing. This is called Trolling 101. Letting the minions finish the game. I go ahead and check the death timers, making sure nothing can go wrong, which something can always go wrong. I go ahead and back because Olaf's doing Baron here, and we should have just finished the game, which I'm pretty sure we could have. There's no doubt in my mind, but you got to follow your team because I have died too many times not following my teammates. So, gonna go ahead and back and let them pick up Baron for some odd reason. Excuse me, my throat's dry. Here's Kha'Zix coming over to try and pick up blue buff. Our Olaf doesn't really say much. He just kind of takes buffs and runs around and clears the jungle camp when we could just probably go in their base and win. Jinx is pushing bottom. This is the frustrating thing about playing support. When you can't get a hold of your team, you can't really convince them to group up. Because if one of them gets caught, it's a 60-second death timer. That's not going to be good for us. It's not going to be good at all. So they should definitely get that together and group up. Here we go. Here's a good fight for us, especially in this area. When you have a team like with a Malphite and a Yasuo and an Annie, being grouped up in that little area right there is bad news for the other team because your ultimates are going to be able to hit everyone. This is just not a good idea. I don't even understand why to chase. By chasing him there, you... Well, yeah, the game is over anyway, but chasing him is just silly because it gives the other people more time to respawn. But finally, Malphite TPs in and finishes off after I died like 7 times in a row. That is a basic Annie game. I appreciate you guys checking it out. I didn't play extremely well after lane phase, but there's my build. There's the damage I did to champs, which is pretty high for support. As you can see, you can still do a lot of damage. So definitely pick her up and give her a try. She's definitely worth it. She's a good champion, even in the mid lane still. So pick her up and give her a go. Internet issues, but I'm back bringing you some more League of Legends guides, gameplay, whatever the new champs are. We're going to be playing them. Thanks again. Keep clicking those like buttons and commenting. Peace.